Samuel, going back to you, your rugby career, bro. Did it reach to the potential that you reckon it could have been?
I don't think it did.
I heard that you were meant to be the next All Black, but something happened, an incident happened, and then you done your ankle or you got an injury.
So my journey through rugby, again reflecting back, I don't think it's meant to be honest. Lots like so. At the time I came out of school, you go back now and you get out of school. If you're in the New Zealand, any of the New Zealand teams coming out of school, New Zealand secondary schools, obviously that was the go back then. You would definitely go. You'll be looked at straight away, no matter what. So I came out of school from Kings the following 92. My old man decided to take East Tamaki coaching senior side, and I was already going because my brothers and they were playing for Otahu at the time, so I was already lined up. And during the summer, I was playing sevens for Oats and stuff like that. So I was up and coming, obviously and I was in the training squad with the Auckland side development squad, and those back in those 91, 92, they had some heavy hitters, as in like Ronnie Clark and all the Zinzan Brook and all them, and the backs, like they were full of stars coming up.
So Zinzan Brook was playing Bs back then. He
Well,
didn't crack till
He cracked it till later on, I think.
before the 95, right?
Way before. Like he's back in the 80s, I think. 80 mid 80s, Zinzan Brook. But the guys that are coming up like Pat Lamb and all them, they're coming through.
Yeah.
And my future, I think it was looking bright, but I don't think I was helped, as in I didn't really have somebody to guide me, and like you'd have a mentor. My old man was old school. Yeah. You do the hard work and it'll pay off. Yeah. He was at the time. I think that's where I get my training ethics from. He was still training with us. He would run us to the ground, run until we cry, and all that sort of stuff.
ET had a stacked team back in those days.
ET was back in those days. They're pretty. And Otahu was the team in South. If you want to play first grade, Otahu was the team. We had a lot of good players in Otahu. And then ET, obviously the little cousin brother. They had the leftover, but it was. I think the old man just wanted to coach senior side. And he wanted me and my brother to go there. So what had happened was, as soon as the Auckland Colts heard that I was going to ET, my name was penciled in the squad for the Colts. My name was sort of rubbed off, just because of the club.
Wow, that's rubbish.
I know.
That's rubbish.
Yeah.
So it was hard for those teams. Like honestly, like. Growing up in Southland, you would hear, we had some really talented players come out of East Tamaki, Otahu, and even
Papatoi,
and they struggled. Like the boys were good enough to play Auckland, but they would just never.
You got to remember too, back in those days, rugby players coming through. Man, there were so many talents.
Oh yeah,
so
would
it was flooded with talents. So that was my first wrong move, as to speak. But at the time, I just wanted to play rugby.
Yeah, that's right.
So I never played any age group. I just went from school to senior. Because on the school holidays from Kings, I would go and play under 21s with my brother. So it sort of wasn't a big jump for me. So I got used to it early, and just like I think just like my old man when he used to do it when he was young, I just mixed in and play with.
Yeah, because you only get certain people that can do it. I was the same, straight from school to seniors,
because most of them go from school to Colts.
Exactly.
Their age group.
Yeah.
But that was. So I don't. Then back in those days too, I was making teams, but I never after the 92 season, I was good enough to make the Auckland Sevens. So this is where it gets really, really tricky. Like even in the development squads, I was naming all the development squad, but back in those days, there was no phones or no phone calls or nothing. Okay. So you had to read the paper, the New Zealand Herald, over the radio. So the back page of the paper, they'll have the naming of the squads there. Gotcha. So I never I didn't read the paper or didn't have anything. So I would turn up to training, and then one of the boys from Oates would go, "Oh, where were you?" I go, "What do you mean?" So at the time, Graham Henry was the coach then.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, you're supposed to be in the Auckland development squad to go to Tonga," and that wasn't And then even in the sevens, I was named in the sevens to go to Samoa, but at the time we were putting a team together to go to Tonga. It was a Siutaka team. Yeah. So that was the first Siutaka residence side for all the Tongans from the Auckland. So we went over, and this is how our new started up back in '93, I think. So I went. So Inga was our coach, our first Siutaka team. I said to Inga, the sevens is going to be around about the same time as the Tongan tour. So what should I do? He goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'll talk to Graham." But he never did.
Oh, really?
So I came back from Tonga, and then the squad was in the paper. I said, "Oh, due to unavailability, Samuela Alatini wasn't selected." So right from then, my name was blacklisted from Graham.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I sort of went into a bit of a journeyman. Went up north and played a few seasons for the Tanifas. And never really. I did 90. So this is the thing with the Tongan side. I got selected in '92. I had a chance to sort of go to Samoa, but they thought I was too young.
Yeah.
Then I got selected in the Tongan sevens to go to Hong Kong. And then I had a big accident at work, so that counted me out for so everything like my opportunities. There was opportunities there,
exactly.
but it just looking back now, it was just it wasn't meant to be. It didn't really. I think there's potential there.
Did you ever play against Pete internationally? You did, eh?
I did, yes. So we're the first brothers to actually
That's right.
mark each other.
Oh, yeah.
So the year before,
Both
Samoa
second five,
played.
eh?
Yeah, so Samoa played the All Blacks, and the two Tana and Mike Umanga they played, but Tana was on the wing and Mikey was at fullback for Samoa, and then 2000. That's weird too, because Pete selected in the New Zealand squad, and then I got called for the Tongan squad.
Yeah.
This is just playing club rugby.
Yeah.
Straight into test against the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And I was named second five. So all the previous to that was the 2 World Cups. I was in the squads, both of them. I just got injured at the wrong time.
So that was 95 and 99?
95 and 99, yeah. So I was injured both times. So, but in between that, so that was 2000 when I played against Pete. So we're the first brothers to mark each other in different countries. So.
Sorry, Sam. Sorry. So your brother Pete, for those that don't know, is former ex-All Black legend Peter Alatini.
Yeah, he's younger.
Your younger brother. Oh, your younger brother.
The younger brother.
Yeah.
The younger Toko.
Yeah, so I went. Again, like back in those days, you had to be in the know to who to contact with, especially Tonga. Your
no messenger groups.
no messages, nothing, no phone calls. So I relied on a lot of the guys, the older guys, to sort of ring in. And so my first tour with Tonga was '94. That's when I made my debut. And first test was against Fiji. Yeah. We won that test, and we actually qualified for back then was Super 10.
Oh, yeah.
So whoever won the triangle back in the day, Samoa,
That's right,
Fiji and Tonga, went into the Super 10. So we won it, and we played in the Super 10s in '95.
So what's the Super 10, just for...
So there was countries from South Africa, Australia, obviously, New Zealand, and a Pacific Island team made up a Super 10 before it became Super 12.
Super 12,
So the following year became Super 12.
Yeah.
So 95 was the last year that they had Super
and now
Super
it's just
10.
Super Rugby.
Yeah.
Now it's just Super Rugby, So, but then I was very unlucky. I got injured playing against Queensland Reds. Did my knee, went to kick the ball and forward jump on the ball at the same time, got my knee got caught in between.
Yeah.
So, back then, like, I had to get my own operation. There's
yeah.
There
No
was
team
no
doctor, right?
team doctor.
Yeah.
Like you go to a team doctor, we just had a physio. It
Dad,
was
do we
fine.
qualify for ACC?
But well, back then ACC was like you get nothing. So that was a bit of a tough time for me coming back. Knee was still, it's still a bit dicky because it didn't really get sorted properly.
Yeah.
But went back to Auckland '98. Decided to move back to Auckland. Played for varsity. Made the Auckland squad again. My knee went again. So yeah, that was back in '98. I came out of the knee. I had another keyhole operation. Made the Tongan squad again. This is for it was the World Cup
99.
98. So this is the World Cup qualifying. So we played Australia, Samoa, Fiji, and we started out in Parramatta. We played Samoa and Parramatta. Got sent off, against Samoa.
What did you do?
So
Instead of kicking the ball, he kicked the forward.
So the first incident was a late tackle on Mike Umanga. And then the second one I got sent off was a late end high on Brian Lima.
Hey, at least you got that on the legend.
Mate, I got that
At
one.
least you got that on the legend.
We need to get some of that footage and put it on, bro.
But I tried. I had the videotape of that game, but man, it's that the video now is so bad. It's not funny. Eh? It's the
They'll be able to
footage.
figure it out. They'll be able to figure it out.
There was Channel 7 had that, and I got sent off for that. But that's when we went to Canberra, and this is where I met Opuna.
Yeah.
Oh, when he was
I was a little kid.
Yeah, I was a very,
Fanboy.
very kid,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so we'd seen you in Canberra. Were you playing Australia in Canberra, or you playing the Canberra team?
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia. We were playing Australia.
Yeah, so my mum, obviously us having the same last name, my mum wanted to approach him because my mum didn't really know anyone, any of the Alatinis,
Yeah.
so she just wanted to approach you and then have a chat with you, and I'd just seen this big afro sitting on the table. You had the fro there, no?
Did he
Yeah,
have the
I did.
hairband in?
No,
Nah, I think it
just
was
the
just
afro.
Just the afro.
Yeah, he had the fro. Yeah, so we went and had a chat with him, and it was good. Yeah, I think I was about maybe 12 or 13 or something.
I was very young because you reminded me when I met you in I think Rocky. I came out to Rockingham one night and I actually took me a while to go. Oh yes, I do remember because I remember that you guys had a feed on for
Yeah, that's right.
side,
Yeah,
so
at that hall. Yeah.
at the hall. Yeah.
So any relation
At
at the end of
the
it?
way that they were explaining, I think there is because
Yeah.
they're from Hapai,
Yeah.
and that's where the Alatini's from. So there is, I don't know, like it'll be a distant cousin somewhere.
And it was funny because I was talking to my mum, and have you spent your time in Hihifo as well?
Yeah.
So my auntie that lives in Hawaii, my dad's sister, she wrote a book, and in the book it traces back when they used to be in Hihifo. So
Yeah, that's
Docs, that was after, wasn't there like a big flood or a big
there was after
tsunami
the
or something?
there was a
That was
hurricane.
in Hapai.
Yeah,
And then
Hapai. That's why they moved
a lot of people from Hapai moved to main
because it was
Tongatapu.
hongi, like
Yeah.
the food and all that was
Oh,
no
true,
good. That's
yeah.
why we ended up in Hihifo.
And you come
In
to
Kolowai.
Kolowai, yeah.
Yeah, because there was family. We had family ties there.
So that's your dad's surname, eh? Is
yeah,
Alatini.
that's my dad's name,
And
and
he's
Alatini is not a common. It's not common really in the Tongan.
Yeah.
So when I was in Samoa, they say Alatini. Hey, that's Samoan. They
Oh,
reckon
really?
there's a Samoan side. So that's
Subbles.
interesting.
Wow.
Interesting as well because Tony was asked by Peter Wharelofa to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
for Samoa.
Yeah.
And they asked the old man. The old man knows that there is Samoan there somewhere, and they said to Tony, "She go dark."
Those
That was just the Samoan, like Tongan Samoan thing, Tongan pride. But
So-
apparently there is something in there because they reckon Alatini is
so
Samoan.
to put it to rest, every time I meet a lot of people, and every time the question always comes up, "Oh, are you related to the Alatini brothers that played All Blacks in Tonga and that?" And I always don't know, and I'm just Oh, not too sure. I don't really know. But
It's still
now
a
we
question
know.
There's
mark.
confirmation.
Now we know.
Confirmation there.
Along the bloodline there is a relation. So, sup cars.
Docs, is your old man, he passed already, eh?
Yeah, he's passed. So he passed in Hawaii.
What
Um,
year did he pass?
88?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
88.
That long ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
88.
Oh,
He
wow.
passed away. But in Hawaii, in America, Alatini's everywhere over
well,
there.
really?
Heaps,
I've got
yeah.
an auntie there as well.
Yeah,
so-
they're everywhere over there. So
Yeah,
And
you
so
can
what-
see them, the football players, the American.
yeah.
grinders,
A couple of nephews that are making it up. So
And then we used like with dad until he
no,
passed and then you
no.
moved?
So mum. Oh, so he's another funny one. So my dad was with a Tongan lady. Had 2 kids with her. Went with the Hawaiian lady while he was with the Tongan lady. Had 3 kids with her.
Yeah.
And then left
Go
the
back.
Tongan lady and stayed with the Hawaiian lady. Then met my mum at the Dateline because my mum used to work at the Dateline.
Dateline? Everybody used to work at the
yeah,
Dateline back in
And
the
then
day.
If
my
you could
dad
speak
met.
a bit of English, you're at the
Yeah. So my dad met my mum at the Dateline. Had 2 kids with my mum, and then my mum left. We went to Hawaii, and then he was still with my mum and the Hawaiian lady.
Yeah.
And then my mum had enough, so she took us, and that's how we ended up in Oz. And then he went back to the Hawaiian lady, and then had another three
Yeah.
kids
Oh,
with
wow.
her.
True. So you got
Damn, man.
siblings, eh?
Yeah, they're everywhere up there. So, but
So it would've been
and we're
pretty
close
tough, eh?
now. Yeah.
But you're all close, all your siblings.
Yeah,
eh?
we're
You-
close now.
cool.
Oh, that's
like,
good. That's
but I didn't catch up with them until 2009 was the first time lucky. This is one good thing about Facebook is that it found all my family and then so I flew over. One of them was getting married, and then I flew over and then met all the siblings over there, and ever since we've been keeping in touch. Fly over every now and then. They came over for my wedding.
So anything you'd like to tell your young self, if you were when you were younger?
What would you say to
Yeah,
yourself
what
20
would you
years
say
ago?
to you?
I'll definitely say to myself to listen better. The schooling and stuff. Like, I was never ever going to be an A1 student, but I wasn't dumb.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think with most of the islanders, they think they're dumb, but they're not. It's been lazy. So my get out was always rugby.
Yeah.
But if I tried a little bit harder at school or stuff like that and listen to advice, but it's hard because you only know that now because you've gone through the journey.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wouldn't change my journey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it.
That's
because
your story.
That's
Yeah,
me.
that's
Yeah,
your story.
that's your
yeah.
story.
That is me. Even though it was hard at times, but that's me. Like, I wish I did. I've got 2 regrets, and like you should never ever have regrets. in
Yeah,
life,
well,
right?
that's,
So
yeah.
I've got 2 regrets. Is when Akesa died, passed. I didn't go back for her. Go back for her because I know that she's always with me.
Yeah.
And the other one is not meeting my wife earlier. My wife now earlier. So, but it's a journey that I had to go through, and where I'm landed is where I'm landed.
Docs, I heard the song, eh? A bit of a,
Tamaha ki whasi.
I love
You're
the
not
song,
in
eh?
ni mo.
Someone's buzzing. Someone's buzzing.
It's a good tune, especially now the tongue's numb.
Are you sure it's not?
I got a question.
Yep.
So this changed it up a little bit. So so Sam, what is your top 3 things in your life that you're proud of, your accomplishments? So we changed it up now. So let's get positive. Let's get a bit positive.
Nice. Having kids.
Yeah, that's what I got on mine. Yep.
Having kids is definitely, it changes you.
Yep.
I think being a granddad as well, it changes you because you got to look at the other side. It's not.
I hope to not. I hope to not be in that mood too soon.
I hope you'd be around long enough to be. in that position.
True.
So that's first and
yeah.
foremost. My other greatest, I think it's like I've said before. I think it's actually meeting my wife.
Yeah.
She is actually my rock.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's Yeah, she's hardcore.
Yeah,
Need to
she
get
is
her on. We need
hardcore.
to get her on. We need to get her on, bro.
What's this guy giggling out over in the corner here?
Tell like you say, man. Nah, man, you meet Sam's wife, man. She's,
Oh, bro.
she played some wicked rugby too.
And she's straight to the point. Like, I've only met her a handful of times, but just the times that I have met her, it's like she's...
Even I look at her and go, did you just say that? They go,
That's
"Yep,
that true
she
wahine
did."
toa. Hey, she's strong,
And
bro.
even when she was
She's
on that
strong.
show, bro, that's the only reason I reckon they got kicked out,
Yeah.
because she was opinionated
Yeah.
and voiced. And yeah,
And
that's...
she was right too.
Yeah,
There is like,
100%.
if you listen to what she says, she's actually on point.
Yeah, oh,
It
100%.
doesn't matter what she
Yeah.
like the topic is, and she gives her opinion, and
Yeah.
you think if you have to think, you go, oh, okay, I never thought of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
She makes you think, it made me think.
Yeah.
Like, she challenged me and made me probably stronger than
yeah,
like I said, like the old me would have just shut up and not say anything. Like
And now
everybody
she's-
else.
She's giving
She's-
you.
yeah.
She's made sure
has-
that
she's
Yeah.
giving you the voice.
The voice.
Voices come
Yeah.
out, eh?
Yeah.
Cook me some eggs. Cook your own eggs, bro.
And one more.
And one more. 3 is a little bit too much. I haven't really.
Surely
accomplished-
rugby accomplishments,
Yeah,
even
I
though...
reckon representing our country.
Bro,
think-
representing Tonga, like,
Yeah.
even
So-
that's still...
So Tonga, like I've like on record, I've played 7 tests, but I think I've played a little bit more than 7 tests. But that's taken me from '94 to my last test was 2000.
How many did he get sin bin?
Just that one sent off.
I want to
Actually.
see that.
Against the
then-
legend,
well,
at
back-
least.
Back then you could do like you could do a lot.
You get a
more.
lot. You could get away with
you
heaps
could
back there.
Get
like-
a lot more in, So,
We need to find that footage. Someone's
definitely.
got to find that footage.
but definitely, yeah, rugby has been a big part of my life, and
Oh, yeah.
I think for good or bad, I've learned like my life is based around what I've learned through rugby.
Yeah.
And that's probably my biggest, like you said, like accomplished through rugby is
Yeah.
my life lessons
Yeah.
through it. Because back in the good old days, the rugby clubs were the hub of the community.
Yeah.
So we used to look forward to after the games. Like we had friends all over clubs, and we bash each other. Like
Yeah.
we're coming, we will smash. Like we used to smash, and then after the whistle, we are the best of friends.
Oh, hard,
We
bro.
would go
Beers
into
in
the
the
club
club
rooms,
rooms, yeah.
and this is where you meet your people. Like till this day,
Yeah.
my best mates are from that era.
The community.
The community, yeah.
Dogs.
It's unfortunately it's
What were
lost
the,
right now.
the
Yeah.
Palangi boys that used to live with you at 148?
Greg and Anthony
Man.
and Goose. So.
There was 3 of them, mate.
Yeah.
There was 3 of these
And
3
Bevan.
Palangi boys. They used to come stay at the house, the Tongan house in
We're in the
Otara,
garage.
In the garage.
Yeah.
Bro, they loved it, man.
Yeah.
One
They're
was a
from the
lock,
school.
eh?
One was a lock because his nickname is Boner.
Yeah.
For
Boner.
obvious reason.
True.
We used to call him Boner Lomu. He's so tall, but they're in Canada. A funny story about that. They went over to Canada with my older brother, Ala, for rugby, and we said to ourselves, "There's no way Ala's gonna stay in Canada for long. He'd be the first one to come back."
Still there.
The Palangis come back, and he's still there.
Still there in the snow.
He's in the Yukon.
Oh, really?
So the Palangis went back. They're all over there now. But my older brother, he's in the Yukon of all places. So he's married to a native
Wow.
Indian, and
Man.
he's over there for life.
Did they eat the island food?
Yeah. They got into the
Yeah.
whatever we had on our table.
Yeah.
They had to
Yeah.
eat.
Man,
so
We used to
there's
go
no
because
way.
I was only a kid at the time. Like they had the biggest backyard, almost the
Yeah.
size of the
Oh, it was a quarter acre. And we in the winter would be playing rugby, and then
the whole
in the
thing
summer
was
would
just
be
rugby.
cricket.
And then those Palangi boys, they eat anything,
Yeah.
whatever was on the table. They
Wow.
would eat
Whatever.
it.
Awesome.
They had to eat it, otherwise they'd be hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Going
it's
off the
cool.
topic of rugby, your top 3 best players ever
Oh,
in the rugby.
My top 3.
ever.
Christian Cullen.
Yeah.
I've always liked. So Ingo was one of my idols growing up. So Tugamala.
Inga the winger.
Inga
So
the
what was it
winger.
like being coached by him then?
Yeah, that was weird because we hung out. We actually he was a bit of a mentor for me
Yeah.
as well, and he is such a laid back
Yep.
You know, he's so happy-go-lucky sort of a dude, and it was easy to get along with because he was just Inga. Who's, we kept in contact until he obviously passed. He was just getting into, I didn't know, but he was just trying to get into a better shape as life was sort of falling apart health-wise.
Because he was with David Tua at one stage, eh? Doing all
Yeah,
that
so they're
fitness stuff, eh?
cousins.
Yeah.
They're cousins, and back in the day when David Tour was coming around, we used to meet up and everything.
Another
So.
Otahu college.
Otahu boy, yeah.
Was
Otahu boy.
he half Tongan, half Samoan? Inga?
Yeah, he had Tongan and
But more, he got brought up on his Samoan
Samoan,
side.
but he can speak. He can
Oh,
speak.
yeah.
His wife Daphne is a Tongan. He's a lovable character, old Inga. So he was, one of my just the way he played.
Yeah.
He taught me a few things, especially fending. He said it's all about the timing. When I think about it, it's so right. Like if you put it out too early, they can
that's
hit
right.
it
They
away.
can hit you or swipe your hand
So
down.
what he used to do, he said, wait for them to in action and tackling, and then he just
that's
go
right.
for it.
Yeah.
He had some of the biggest palms there.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
used to
did, bro.
palm people.
Yeah.
And the thing is about him, he hated weights. But
Really?
he's one of the he never had weights. So when he wasn't playing league in England,
Yeah.
they were having my mate Afi, they were just having hakasipi and before the games, and then the coach was going, whatever you're doing, don't change. And he never did.
Because that was the thing with Inga, right? He was Lomu before Lomu came
yeah.
along, you know?
Yeah.
That's
He
what
was.
people forget about him,
My
you know?
first,
Like,
like when
that's
I
the
saw
problem.
him play, he was playing for the New Zealand schools. There was I think Sotutu was in that team.
Yeah.
A lot of good players come through, and when I saw him run, I went, holy hell!
Yeah.
And like for how big he was, he could move.
But people forget about it because the only reason why they say Lomu is because of his globalness, you know?
Yeah.
And he turned it into professional.
But I
you
always
know?
loved how Tim Horan played.
Yeah. Tim
Second-
Horan. Oh, you
Tim
like
Horan,
oh,
I love Tim Horan.
What about Mortlock?
I think Tim and Little.
Yeah.
It's just the way they sit.
Mm.
They so I used to sort of set my game over when I was playing second 5 centre.
Yeah.
I'd stand a lot closer,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shallow.
Yeah.
We always used to standing deep as
Yeah.
New Zealand backs.
Yeah.
So when I saw them doing it, and just the hand speed, and he was so little, but he was so
Yeah.
strong.
That's true.
So that's probably my
Third, would that be your third?
That would
Yeah,
be my
Tim
third.
Horan.
Or
Tim
two.
Horan.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
And
about
he
his-
scored some good tries too.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did.
He was good for a long time too.
What about yourself, D?
Oh man, top three. Cullen, Lomu, and probably Gregan, eh?
Yeah,
Gregan.
George Gregan.
Man, I didn't really get into rugby until like later on, you know. Like, I was always league. Even though I played bit of rugby at Marist in Canberra,
Yeah.
I just never really followed it. I was always league, you know. And, well, what I know, probably George Smith, George Smith,
Can't get wrong with that, bro.
Richie, and Lommel. That'd be
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, wicked.
Oh, that's good. My top three would be Lomu, Carter, and Richie.
Ooh.
Just the only reason why I would say Carter, just because two-way player,
Yep.
tackle,
He can
just
do the
can
lot,
play,
eh?
mate.
Yeah.
In his prime, he was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
like you had Mertens that could just run, but he couldn't tackle.
Yeah, he couldn't tackle, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Carter's
you know,
just
Carter
like-
was just a
two-way,
two-way
yeah.
player, you know.
But he was dangerous. You couldn't give a penalty anywhere in the 50, eh?
Exactly,
Yeah.
bro.
In the 50,
Exactly.
knock
Or else
him
he'll
over.
slide him
Exactly.
over, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, he's Lomu, man. One of a generation player, I guess.
man.
Eh?
You never see.
Nah.
You never-
Everybody try to compare him to
So
him.
we had Kola. Kola's another Tongan boy, big coming through the schools back in the day. So we nicknamed him Pepsi Cola. But he was coming through, and he exactly the same. I don't know whether the pressure got to him. So he was a loose forward at school, and then as he got out of school, they put him on the wing. He could move. He was the next Lomu. But everyone that's been tagged with that name, they've failed.
Yeah,
in my
exactly,
opinion,
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the next Lomu. It's like
Nah,
you,
no way.
you don't do that.
Nah.
You don't. That's just too much pressure. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
enough. They're not even made. They haven't even made it yet, and they're getting their tag.
Exactly.
So-
I got one here. Glout or Gout?
Go.
What's your glout moment and what's a gout moment? It's just got to be
Clout.
Clout, meaning like fame.
Yeah.
Fame.
Yeah. And your gout moment. Anything.
I don't have a gout moment, but I got a clout moment.
Oh, surely you got a gout moment. You had gout last week, Doss.
When?
Oh, you had gout last week.
I guess my clout moment, like, and me growing up, I guess just the opportunity to play with All Blacks, you know, like, you know, you watch them on TV, and you get them play them rugby and club rugby, you know, Regan, Keith Lowen, Todd Miller, and Liam Messam, you know, you get to play with people that you get to watch, you know, and I think that's like it's like an awesome moment.
That's a good clout moment, eh?
Yeah, because that's in New Zealand, obviously, that's the standard, you know, and it's only small percentage of people get to represent, you know.
Right,
just to be amongst on the field, you know, awesome feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have a gout moment yet.
Surely you got a gout moment. Just have some oysters or something.
Nah, I don't actually. Oh, maybe
Are you, Boons?
Yeah, mine would have to be definitely the gout moment. Well, pretty much gout ended anything of my career, my footy, playing for the Rockingham Sharks. Nah, but like it did, like, because it set into arthritis. When you get it that much, and it sets into arthritis, and it just plays. So my ankles are shot, knees are shot sometimes. Yeah, so it just played like I can't really run anymore. Then I took up, thought I'd take up an easier sport and do like MMA, and I loved it. I loved I love the jiu-jitsu side of it, and now I can't even do that because like some things I can't do.
Just triggers it, eh?
And just I'm limited to movements that I can do.
Yeah.
Like that's why I just like sticking just boxing.
And
That's all right.
playing
That's
golf.
all right.
Playing golf.
Yeah.
Playing golf.
Yeah, I can't even do that neither. So
Oh, we tried to.
we try. Golf's the winner at the end of the day all the time, eh? But yeah, that's probably my gout moments. Just don't get it. And if you do get it, I got it when I was 18, first time, and I just brushed it off. Every time I had an attack,
You need to get onto that.
Yeah, every time I had an attack, I'd just try and, pop like heaps of painkillers. If you do get it, you have to take those meds all the time.
Yeah.
And that, like...
Is there another alternative, like for gout in general? Is it like got to do with your diet, or can you improve a little bit?
100% diet.
That'll help.
But the diet, if you want to change your diet, you have to change, like, eat.
Your lifestyle will be
your
changed.
lifestyles, because heaps of stuff, like a lot of meat, a lot of veggies. You can't
so
eat.
it's a lifestyle change, pretty much.
Yeah.
But if you want to fix it, then that's what you have to do.
What about yours, Sam?
Traveling,
Oh, nice.
Yep.
and that's purely through rugby.
Yeah.
The way I see it, if it wasn't for rugby, I wouldn't even left the country. So I've been to places back then. It was like South Africa. It's like, who goes to South Africa?
Exactly.
So that was our bonus back then, like the traveling side of it. There wasn't the money because we never got any. Traveling was the I think I got to see that. That's why I try and explain to my kids. I got to see the world through rugby.
No, that's awesome.
So that is a big bonus for me.
Just before we wrap up, got any sort of words of wisdom?
Just any sort of words of wisdom that you've sort of lived by. I know one of your good mottos that you used to when you're doing your 1,000 burpees in 10 minutes.
Eat less. What was it?
So move more, eat less.
Move more, eat less. That's the one.
Move more, eat less.
So that's probably, I think we were chatting before. It's very, very, very big because we've heard, like you said, like just before, it's the gout, right? So I know that a lot of us Pacific Islanders have gout. And do your research, because gout can be fixed through changing your eating habits, your lifestyle habits. Because yes, it might take a little bit of effort, but imagine the benefits out of that.
Because once it gets too late,
it's too late.
like I
It's
did,
too late, yeah.
it's too late.
It's
It's too late.
So once you think, like, I'm hearing guys getting gout like really, really early. I thought gout was like, back in the old age.
Yeah.
But like everything else, I think it's getting earlier and earlier, and I think that's we gotta think about what we're doing, and not necessarily. I think what I mean by move more, eat less is not you don't like just eat a little bit. My motto is like eat what you want, just eat, but you gotta do more than what you eat.
Yeah.
So if you're putting more food into your body, then you got to do more.
Yeah.
So it's quite simple if you look at it that way. Because I know that I hate dieting. I've never liked it. And if the food tastes good, the good food that they say to eat, of course everybody will be eating it. Sure. But let's be honest, it doesn't taste that great.
Yeah.
And we're not like eating lettuce in there. We're not like that's grass to me.
Kai ka pisi.
So
like
Pele's nice. Like Pele. It starts off nice like Pele, but then you put all the other stuff into it, and then it turns out not good. But I think if we just live by just move more, eat less.
Marty.
I'm sure Sola's got something else. Come back to me.
I guess just be grateful, are you? Just
Yeah.
be grateful the way the world is nowadays. Anything can happen, but just be grateful with the moment. That's my word of wisdom, I guess.
I got one. It's I sort of like it. Eh? You can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets.
Nice.
Yeah,
You know what I
Marty,
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Boons, you got anything?
Finish it off with the booms.
Mr.
Let's just go be great. How about that?
Hey,
be great.
Let's go.
Greatness. There's a seed of greatness in your stomach. Let it out there.
Let it
go
out.
be great. Go
Let
be
the
great.
fire burn and let it go.
Oh, nice.
Go
Well,
be great.
Everybody, I just want to thank you all for listening in and tuning in for our first ever episode of Tokos Talk. Appreciate you all. MMT GI 676 all day, baby.
Appreciate Sam. Appreciate Sam.
Thank you, Sam, for coming
Thank
through,
you,
bro.
Sam.
Malo,
Yeah, good to
apito.
be here. Good to be here.
Nah, tune in next time. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.
Sayonara.
Let's
Boom.
go.